WrestleMania every year has so much hype. Every year it's like, wow, what match is going to steal the show this time? I remember being so hyped for Nakamura versus AJ Styles. I thought it was going to be some life-changing experience, something that I'm going to go on to tell my grandkids about. And then it happened. And I think we can all agree 2 years later, it's probably best that we pretend that it never did happen. Anyway, so that got me thinking, what are the WrestleMania matches that I didn't have hype for? Matches that I didn't expect anything from and somehow ended up being absolute bangers. Well, let's get into it. First up, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania 33. Yes, AJ Styles had a better WrestleMania match against Shane McMahon than Nakamura. The simulation is actually glitched. Okay, so you have AJ Styles, and any Styles match has the chance to be absolute fire, but him versus a 47-year-old Shane McMahon, I thought it would be decent at best. You know, Shane might jump off the top rope through the announce table, typical Shane McMahon stuff, whatever, right? But it turns out I'm an idiot because this match was just fire. They had some great technical wrestling, some brawling, Shane went flying over the announce table, angle slams, calf crushers, arm bars. It was a good match, a good wrestling match, much better than we expected. But then at this very moment, this match just made my jaw drop. So AJ Styles flew through the air and did a springboard 450. Shane moved out of the way and caught him in an arm bar. AJ somehow got out of it and hit him with a Styles clash. 1, 2, 3, no, Shane kicked out, and at that very moment, the match just became phenomenal. It was a crazy spot, and the match could have ended there, and everyone would have been like, alright, you know what, that was a damn good match. But they kept going, and after that, we got coast to coast, leap of faith through the announce table, shooting star press. It was an awesome match. Shane McMahon walked into WrestleMania at 47 years old and in my opinion had the best match of the night. Definitely unexpected. Honestly, Shane at this point, shout out to him. Even his match with The Miz last year was much better than anyone would have thought. Shane, you know what? You truly might be the best in the world, sir. I am so sorry for doubting you. Brock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 31. People hated this match going in. Like, I remember being online and fans didn't want anything to do with this match. Why is it happening? I hate the WWE. All the usual jazz. At this point, I was like 16, 17 when this was happening, so I kind of just went with the crowd and I got in my brain like, yeah, you know what? It's gonna suck. I hate Roman Reigns, blah, blah, blah. And ladies and gentlemen, this match is the reason I stopped listening to all the people complaining online and started forming my own opinions about wrestling. WrestleMania main event. Pyro going off, Roman Reigns comes out, Brock Lesnar comes out. Even though nobody wanted it, it still felt like a big match. Brock was wilding and Roman was giving it his all. We got blood, it was physical, we got the iconic Suplex City bitch line, 10 suplexes, Lesnar even took off his gloves to pound on Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns even made his comeback and Lesnar barely went down. It was an awesome brawl that had me, a person at that time that did not care about the match at all, invested. I was loving it. I remember just sitting there like, okay, wow, I did not expect this to go like this, which in hindsight, I should have expected better. At the end of the day, it's Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Love him or hate him, they are beasts. We all thought it was going to be some super simple match where Roman Reigns goes Superman mode and wins. Instead, it was a war. And then this happened. And that took it from a good match to an iconic match and moment. What I'm trying to say is the match way before the cash-in even happened was still awesome and nobody expected that. And to be honest, like I said, after the cash-in did happen, it just elevated it even more. And speaking of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, yo, his match with Goldberg at WrestleMania 33 was definitely much better than anyone expected. The last time they were at WrestleMania, it wasn't pretty, and this time we thought it was probably going to be like Survivor Series 2016 all over again. A quick match where this time Brock finally destroys Goldberg, and yeah, it was definitely quick, only 4 minutes and 55 seconds. But till the day I die, I will say that this match is a classic. Not a wrestling classic, so to say, but a sports entertainment classic. Is it some 30-minute marathon match filled with ring psychology? Hell no. But sometimes when you have two monsters just killing each other non-stop for 5 minutes, a match that the entire time has you going, oh shit, that is definitely enough. It was just two big men slapping me.
You want your 30-minute classics? Not me. Big meaty men slapping me.
What more could you ask for? This was a WWE 2K match with unlimited finishers, and you had two of the most popular wrestlers ever, two of the biggest monsters ever, just wilding. Unlimited finishers, doing OMG moments and all for 5 minutes, just destroying each other. It was beautiful. I love this match. Shout out to you Brock Lesnar and shout out to you Goldberg. Sting versus Triple H at WrestleMania 31. Now listen. I agree, Sting should have won. It was his first WrestleMania match and it ended up being his last. I really think he should have won. But when you put that aside, and you put aside that for some reason the NWO came to help out Sting even though they're mortal enemies, which made no sense, but whatever. Look at it like this. It was a 46-year-old Triple H versus a 56-year-old Sting, a combined age of 102 years old, and it was not that bad. It was ridiculous for sure, but let's just say I had fun. It was just a fun time. It was so random, and there was so much overbooking, and it was such a mess, but I was just sitting there with a smile on my face, accepting it for what it was. It was solid. It could have easily been some boring rest hold match, but it wasn't. Instead, we got Sting flying through the air, we got ref bumps and Shawn Michaels coming in, the NWO DX. All I'm saying is, it could have been much worse. Instead, it was a good time. Still wish that Sting won though. For all the old heads out there, Lawrence Taylor versus Bam Bam Bigelow. This could have easily been the worst WrestleMania match in history, and they made it the main event. And it wasn't the worst match in WrestleMania history, so there's that. Also, an honorable mention, Batista versus The Undertaker. Now, not in the sense that we didn't think it was going to be good, everyone thought it was going to be good, but I don't think anyone expected it to be that good, because this match was just legendary. It was Batista versus Undertaker, and at this point Batista hadn't had the best 2006 due to injuries and didn't really have many classic matches after Triple H in 2005. Undertaker at this point didn't even start his classic Mania match run. Yeah, he had his match with Orton, but last year he was out here versing Mark Henry. But nah, they went out there and they put on a banger. A match that was better than the main event that year. And who was in the main event? Mr. WrestleMania. These two should have closed the show in my opinion. That match ended up not only starting the Undertaker's classic WrestleMania match streak, but it also made the streak much bigger than it was before. See, before it was like, oh, okay, Taker beat Mark Henry, wow, he's undefeated at WrestleMania, but now it's like, whoa, the Undertaker just beat Batista for the world title and he's undefeated at WrestleMania? Okay, this is something special. This match was so good that the WWE found themselves in a rivalry that they could continue to go forward with. Batista and Undertaker just had that elite chemistry, and 2007 is synonymous in my opinion with Batista versus Undertaker, and this was that first match, and this was really what showed the world like, okay, this is going to be a special rivalry. Like I said, everyone knew it was going to be a good match, but this was more than a good match. I don't think anyone expected this to be legendary. Lastly, Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Okay, let's take into account what exactly we were about to watch going into this. 1. We had an MMA fighter who hadn't wrestled a match yet, who was coming off 2 losses. 2. We had Kurt Angle who probably shouldn't have been wrestling, 50 years old and so much damage to his body. 3. Stephanie McMahon, who had only wrestled in 25 official matches in her entire career, and she's only had 2 matches since 2003. And then of course, yes, we had Triple H, who's an all-time great and can still go, but let's just say expectations were not the highest. Realistically, I thought this was going to be something quick, maybe 7 to 10 minutes, everyone will do their best and Rousey will come on top, woohoo. And then, yeah, they went off for 21 minutes and tore the house down. Everyone played their roles perfectly and had the crowd invested for 21 minutes. It started off pretty normal with Triple H and Kurt, but then it just exploded and became something memorable. Rousey would destroy Steph, but Steph would always do her dirty tricks to get the advantage. I'll never forget Stephanie mocking Ronda Rousey, that was hilarious. Stephanie was out here doing all the heel tactics she could possibly do. Triple H was out here flipping Angle onto the announce tables. Rousey even squared up with Triple H at one point, and when I tell you that when Rousey and Triple H were face to face, the crowd went mental, they went mental. It was deafening in there, it was electric. Rousey and Triple H had their sequence, and then Stephanie walked in there like, who the hell are you trying to beat up my husband, and just slapped Rousey in the face, and at that very moment, Stephanie knew she was about to get clapped. Rousey ended up going beast mode on them, and meanwhile in the ring, Triple H and Kurt Angle were turning back the clock like it was 2000, and they gave it their all. There was so much craziness and so much drama, but it never got dull and the fans never got bored. It had all the spots you expected. You had ankle lock on Steph and this amazing visual of Stephanie and Triple H just getting clapped. But man, it was just a good time, especially like I said when you look at these factors. An MMA fighter in her first match, Kurt Angle who probably shouldn't have been wrestling, and Stephanie having like like your third match since 2003. But at the end of the day, there's no way you can watch this and tell me you weren't entertained and that it wasn't an awesome match. So yeah, those are the matches that I feel ended up being much better than we expected. Now, there have been 35 WrestleManias, so if I missed something, let me know below, and you know what, I might hit you with a part 2. Also, if you expected all of these matches to be fire, good for you, you're a wrestling genius. I'm not, I'm sorry. Regardless, thank you for watching. It's WrestleMania season. I'm in the mood, I'm hyped, I'm going to WrestleMania. So you know what, I'm gonna be dropping videos like I'm Ovechkin scoring goals. Let's get it, no more fun and games.